So we're recording now. So let's begin our Friday practice. And I'm going to start by bringing my chair back to the mat. And I'm going to be on the chair, in the chair to start with. But you folks can be in the on your mat, seated, or in a chair, wherever you want to be. Okay. So wherever you are, in your chair or on the mat or even lying down, let's just spend a short period of time coming into the space, into our bodies, into what we feel and what we sense. So everyone take a deep breath in and then open the mouth and let it go. And one more deep breath. And sigh it out. And bring your awareness to your breath. You don't need to change the breath. Just let it be what it is. And let your mind go through your body from the top of your head down to your toes and fingertips. Just relaxing and releasing. Let the face be soft, shoulders released, jaw slack. Hips and legs, feet and toes. Arms and hands and fingers. Notice the weight of the body settling into the mat or the chair. Notice the connection with the earth. The eyes can be closed or you can have a soft focus. And you can move or adjust. Now let's take the breathing, the inhale into the belly, and just try to keep the chest from rising here and just breathe into the belly. A lot of people find this a very relaxing way to breathe. And now we'll expand the breath, taking the inhale from the belly up into the middle chest and into the upper chest. And just feel the breath rise and fall. And maybe the breath is a little bit deeper with each inhale. And now you're taking long, deep breaths in and out. Notice the side to side expansion and the front to back expansion in the body. With that Ujjayi breath, that ocean breath. One more deep breath in. And exhaling through the nose. Okay, all right. So I'm going to come a little forward in the chair, and we'll just do a little bit of our warm up in the chair here, and then I'll move down to the mat. So come up tall in your seat and draw the shoulders back, draw the chin in, and the heart moves forward here. Let the hands just rest. And now bring the arms out to the side, palms down on toward the floor. And as you inhale, turn the palms up toward the ceiling, pressing the pinky fingers up toward the ceiling. Move the head to keep the neck relaxed. And now bring the palms toward the front of the mat and toward the floor. Bring the hands down toward the floor, and now press the thumbs toward the back of the mat. Stay tall, heart open, head lifted as you press the thumbs back. And now bring the palms down toward the floor. The hands come up parallel, the arms parallel to the floor. Turn the palms up toward the ceiling, and as you inhale, let the hands drift up toward the ceiling. Bring the hands together, but only if it's okay with your shoulders, and then exhale the hands and arms all the way down. Take a breath. And now the hands out to the side as you inhale, the palms toward the ceiling, and hands rise, gaze lifts, and exhale the hands down. And one more time, turn the palms out and lift. And exhale, the hands come down. Good, bring the hands in, stay tall, take that deep breath in. And exhale. Bring the right arm out in front, draw it into the shoulder, spread the fingers wide, reaching forward. Stay tall, and as you inhale, let that hand lift up toward the ceiling. Strong through the arm. Gaze follows the lifted hand. Feel down through the right sits bone as you reach up through the right fingers. And turn the palm toward the top of the mat and take the hand up and back. Keep the neck relaxed. And then bring the hand up toward the ceiling, palm turns to the left. And now bring the left hand out to the mat or to the front left leg of the chair and arc over to the left. Let the gaze turn down toward the left hand on the floor. Still keeping the right shoulder back. And now the gaze lifts back up to the ceiling. Bring the right hand back up. And exhale the right arm down. Good, now move the arm, move the right shoulder. Feel what you feel in that right arm and in that right hand. And now extend the left arm straight out in front. Fingers spread, stay tall. And as you inhale, let that left hand drift up to the ceiling. Gaze follows it. Keep the neck relaxed here, the jaw released. Reaching, turn the palm toward the front of the mat, take the hand back and up. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Breathe. And the hand comes back up to the ceiling, reaching, and bring the right hand out to the floor or the front right leg of the chair, arcing to the right. Press that left sitting bone, sits bone down into the mat or the chair. Keep the left shoulder back, turn the gaze down toward the floor, and back up toward the ceiling. Bring the left hand back to the ceiling. Get tall and reach. And release. Good. So bicycle the shoulders. Move the head. Relax the neck. And speaking of the neck, let's work on that a little bit. So coming up tall, inhale here, and as you exhale, let the gaze move over toward the right, looking over the right shoulder. Let the chin drop down toward the shoulder. Breathe. And bring the head up into center and turn the gaze over the left shoulder. Let the chin drop. Inhaling, bring the head up into center. As you inhale, or as you exhale, let the chin drop down toward the chest. Keep the shoulders back. And bring the head back up. And now, as you exhale, take the gaze up toward the ceiling, drawing the shoulders back. Press the jaw forward. And bring the gaze back up. Exhaling the chin toward the chest. And now move the chin toward the right shoulder. And then center and toward the left shoulder. And center toward the right. And center and left. And with the chin in the center, bring the head back up. Shoulder rolls. So bring the shoulders up toward the ears and then take the shoulders forward and down as you exhale. And then draw the shoulders back and up. Good. Forward and down. Big, long, deep breaths here. Inhaling the shoulders back and up. One more big circle in this direction. And then go the other way. Bring the shoulders forward and up, inhaling. And back and down, exhaling. One more time. And when the shoulders come to the back, just hold the shoulders back. Pressing the shoulder blades toward the center, letting them come down or slide down onto the back. Heart is pressing toward the top, the front of the mat, moving the head to keep the neck relaxed. Yeah, one more deep breath in. And exhale and release. Bring the left hand across to the outside of the right leg. Bring the right hand behind, somewhere on the chair or on the mat behind you. Lift up tall. Stay in the center of the mat. And now we're going to spiral to our right. So turn the belly and then the chest and shoulders. And finally, the head turns to the right, looking over the right shoulder as you exhale. Inhaling, come to center. Bring the right hand across, left hand back. Lift up tall, release the shoulders, spiral to the left. Inhaling, come to center. And one more time, we'll take that twist now to the right. Extend the right arm and let the gaze drift back toward the extended hand. Inhaling, come to the front, and that same twist to the left, gazing back toward the left hand. And inhaling back to the front. Yes. We'll do some circles here. So take the heart toward the front of the mat with shoulders back, and then take the body out to the right. And as you round back, the chin comes down toward the chest. And inhaling, the body to the left and up and forward. Gaze lifts, exhaling to the right and back. And just go with your breath on these circles. And now go the other way. Take the body out to the right and forward. Head lifts, exhaling, chin drops as you round back. Inhaling and exhaling. One more circle. And when you come to the back, just round back, hands cup the knees or arms are kind of straight, chin is toward the chest. And now as you inhale, lift up tall, take the gaze up to the ceiling, move the heart forward and up. Exhaling, bring the chin down toward the chest, rounding back. Inhaling, lifting and opening, shoulders come back. Exhaling, round. And one more time, taking the gaze up toward the ceiling. And exhale into your normal upright seat. So let's bring the right elbow up beside the head with the elbow pointed up toward the ceiling, and bring the right or the left arm over the top to the elbow with the left hand, and then gently draw that right elbow back. Feel the bony upper spine. So your fingers kind of do the walking down your upper spine. And then release on the right elbow, bring the left elbow up to the ceiling. Left fingers on the upper spine, right arm across. And draw that elbow back. And if you don't quite get there, that's okay. Everyone is different. And release on that side. Good. Bring the arms wide with the palms down toward the floor. And now bring the right arm across and the left arm under to the right shoulder. And then draw that right arm toward the chest. Remember, there's no pain in yoga, although there might be some pain in yoga, but there shouldn't be a lot of pain in yoga. Inhale and take the arms wide, and then bring the left arm across, right hand under to the left shoulder. Little twinges are okay, but if you're experiencing pain, just back away from that posture and rest. Inhaling, bring the arms wide, palms down toward the floor. Now take the fingers up toward the ceiling, pressing out through the heels of the hands. Draw the pinky fingers back toward your face, strong through the arms. And now the palms down toward the floor, bring the fingers and thumbs together or into fists, and then turn the fingers down toward the floor. Keep the shoulders relaxed, if that's even possible, but you're working on it, right? And now open the hands wide, spread the fingers, reach out, draw those arms into the shoulders, reaching, and bring the hands back down to the legs. Good. Again, gentle movements here. Gentle movements. And one more thing for the shoulders, I guess. Bring the hands behind, interlock the fingers, interlace the fingers, and press the heels of the hands together. And then the thumbs are at the sacrum as you lift up tall and draw the elbows toward the center. And you might hear some grumbling and groaning going on in the ribs, in the front of the ribs. Yeah, breathe here. And now take the hands over to the right. The left or the right elbow points toward the back of the mat. So you're drawing that right elbow toward the center of the mat. And bring the hands to center and over to the left. The left elbow points to the back of the mat. And bring the hands back to center. Straighten the arms and lift the hands away. Stay tall. Or if you choose, you can fold forward and lift the hands up toward the ceiling, but the arms are strong and straight, and you're squeezing the hands together. And now release. Good, all right. And some movement. All right, I'm going to come down to the mat now. Put the chair aside. Get my block. Come into a cross-legged seat. So the idea here is I'm a cross-legged seat. I've lifted my hips up so that my knees are at the same height as my hip bones or lower. And I'm going to take a deep breath in here in my cross-legged seat to let my hips release and exhale. Good. Bring out the right leg with the hands behind the knees, behind the right knee. Interlock the fingers and then circle the toes. And take those circles the other way. And then point the toes and flex, and point that foot, flex the toes and point and flex. Press out through the ball and the heel of the foot. And then press out through the outside edge of the foot. Good. Pressing, going back to the ball and the heel, turn the toes out to the right. And then to the ceiling and turn the toes in toward the left. And coming back to the ceiling with the toes and bring that foot in and rock the baby. So support that right knee with the right arm. Bring that foot wherever it's comfortable, low or high, all the way into the chest, or like me, a little bit away from the chest. Just gently rocking, feeling that sensation, I think, in the hip. Although we all feel things differently. Now, if you've got a strap or a tie or your hand to the outside edge of that right foot, extend that leg. And take that foot out to the right. And bring the foot to center, and then change hands with the strap or cross that left hand over to the outside of the right foot and take the foot to the left. And here you can extend your right arm, and the gaze drifts back toward the extended right hand. And coming back to center, both hands behind the calf. Just lift that leg a little higher. Keep a little bend in the knee, no sensation behind the knee here. And now release the leg with the hands, but keep the leg lifted and strong as you press forward through the heel and the ball of the foot. Try to stay tall. And then release the right foot down and bring out the left leg. Again, supporting behind the knee, circle the toes. And go the other way. Point the toes and flex, and point and flex, and point and flex. And really press out through the ball and the heel of the foot. And now out through the outside edge of the foot. And now with the toes toward the ceiling, turn the toes out to the left. And then up to the ceiling, and now over to the right. Spread those toes, see that daylight. And now the toes back to the ceiling. And bring the foot in, supporting the left knee. You can experiment here with where you want that foot, where you get some sensation. And now extend the leg and lift it a little bit higher. So you're pressing the heart toward the knee as you lift that leg. And then release strong through the leg. One more breath. And exhale and take the left leg down. Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness. Lift up tall. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. So come over onto hands and knees, into table. And you can be with your hands on the seat of a chair, standing up here, if the knees are a problem. So we'll start with our cat-cow. As you inhale, let the gaze lift straight ahead. And as you exhale, top of the head toward the mat as you round up. Inhaling, belly toward the mat, gaze lifts, exhaling, rounding up. One more regular old cat-cow. So this time, inhale, let the gaze move out front. And as you exhale, the head drops, you round, and the hips move back toward the heels. Bring the elbows down behind the wrists, come forward and up. Gaze lifts, exhaling round, hips move back. Elbows down, inhaling forward and up. And exhaling round and back toward the heels. 2 more of these. Inhaling, rounding, moving back. Inhaling forward and up. And now you round and the hips move back. With the knees a little bit wide here, bring the arms in, cross the arms, rest your head on the arms, and take a breath. And as you inhale, come back up into table. Bring the knees back in under the hips. With the gaze straight down between the hands, on your next exhale, on your next inhale, I guess, as you inhale, and then make it an exhale. As you exhale, take the hips and ribs out to the right, exhaling. And then inhale, center. And now exhale, hips and ribs to the left. Inhaling to center. One more time, hips and ribs to the right. Really press them out there. Inhale, center, and exhale, hips to the left. And back to center. Feel the connection, gripping the mat with the fingertips, palms of the hands on the mat. And we'll do some circles here. So take the body out to the right, and then the hips come back toward the heels. Let the head drop. As you inhale, take the body to the left and come forward until you find a stretch in the wrists, and then to the right and back. Exhaling. Inhaling left and forward. Exhaling to the right and back. One more big circle this direction. And to the right now. To the right and forward. And to the left and back. One more big circle. And with the hips back toward the heels, they can rest on a block if that works for you. Bring the elbows down behind the wrists and just let the head go between the arms. And just breathe here and let the head settle lower, a little bit lower toward the mat with each exhale. Lifting the head, walk the hands toward the top of the mat. So the elbows now are lifted, hands are shoulder width, fingers spread, pressing the hands down into the mat. And let the head go again between the arms. So you're actually lifting the elbows as you press the hands down into the mat. Lift the head and walk the hands off the mat to the right side, left hand on right. And now draw the left hip back as you release the head toward the right knee. And bring the hands to center and off the mat to the left, right hand on left. Drawing the right hip back, head releases toward the left knee. And bring the hands to center. Again, the arms are strong and straight. And as you inhale, come up and forward into knee plank. Bring the shoulder blades onto the back. Bring the elbows toward the center. Gaze is straight down. And breathe. And now exhale, take the hips back toward the heels. Hands don't move. Now inhaling, come up and forward into knee plank. Exhaling, the hips back. Inhaling up and forward. And exhaling back. This time, bring the hips up and forward, bring the whole body forward. And now lift the gaze straight ahead, let the hips drop down toward the mat into upward dog. One more deep breath. And exhaling, take the hips back toward the heels. And bring the arms in, cross the arms, rest the head on the arms. Coming up into table. Let's do Vishnu's couch. So walk the hands a little bit forward, come up into knee plank. Here, come to knee plank. And now bend the elbows, coming down to the mat. Bring the big toes together. We'll move into cobra first. So toes are touching, the big toes are touching, toenails are pressing down into the mat, kneecaps are off the mat, and the head and shoulders are off the mat, head and upper chest. Light pressure in the hands, the back is doing the work. Good, bring the chin down to the mat. And now bring the elbows up under the shoulders. Fingers are pointed straight ahead into Sphinx. Be gentle here in Sphinx. I do not have good lower back flexibility because of lower back issues, but that's what that is. So bring the left arm across under the face. Just rotate that arm in, come onto the left hip. Stay strong through that left shoulder. And bend the right knee, the top knee. Reach back to the right foot. And gently draw that foot in to find a stretch in the quads. So you're drawing that right knee back over the left knee. And then release the right foot, bring the hands to the inside of that right knee, find the big toe, lift the right foot to the ceiling, and breathe. Bring the right hand down to the mat. Keep that right leg lifted, strong through the heel toward the ceiling, toes pointing toward the front of the mat. And now slowly lower the right leg down and point the toes and lift it back up. Slowly lower and point and lift. And lower, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. And come back over into Sphinx. Take that breath. And bring the right arm across under the face. Come on to the right hip. Then the left knee, reaching back with the left hand. Yeah, quite a stretch. And releasing, bring the hand to the inside, to the big toe with the fingers and lifting the leg, foot toward the ceiling. Strong through the right shoulder. Bring the left hand down to the mat. Still lifted with that left leg strong. And exhaling, lower the left leg down. And point the toes and lift. Flex and lower. And point and lift. And flex and lower. 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Coming back over into Sphinx. Ah, yes. Take a deep breath here. And lift back up into table. So with the hands or the wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips, fingers spread wide, just curl the toes and let the hips lift right up toward the ceiling. There you go, downward facing dog. Gently move the head, keep the neck relaxed, knees are bent, feet are hip width. And then you work one heel toward the mat and then the other. Really press with those hands, moving the hips toward the back of the mat. And now step the feet toward the hands. walking up there. Inhale to half lift. Notice the outside edges of the feet are parallel to the edge of the mat, so the heels are turned out slightly. Flat back here, they call it, or half lift. And press the belly toward the toes. The gaze is straight down. Hands on the shins just below the knees. Breathe. And now bend the knees, come down into forward fold, fingertips all the way down to the floor. So bend the knees to get the fingertips down there. Let the head release. Gently shake the head, yes and no. And again, work those heels. Pressing one heel down into the mat and then the other. And with each exhale, you settle a little bit deeper into this fold. And now bend the knees, press into the mat with the feet and round up. Coming up tall as the shoulders come back, the arms come wide, hands toward the ceiling and lift. Take the gaze straight ahead, draw the arms back by the ears, reaching up to the ceiling. And exhaling the hands down. Good, all right. So take a breath. Moving gently here. We'll do our spinal flow. So pressing down into the mat with the feet. Pick the mat up with the toes. And get that sense of pressing down into the feet as you now lift up tall. Shoulders back, chin comes in, arms strong, fingers reach. Inhale the arms up. Exhale the right hand down, arc over to your right. Keep the left shoulder back. Inhaling the right hand up. Exhaling the left arm down by your side, arcing to the left. Inhale up. Exhale, bring the arms wide, turn the palms up to the ceiling as you twist to the right. Gaze back toward the extended right arm. Inhaling up. Exhaling that great giant twist to the left. Inhaling up. Hands in prayer through the heart, long spine, hinge at the hips, bend those knees into the forward fold. Head releases. Inhaling the hands together out in front, bending those knees, press into the mat to come up. Exhale the hands back on the ceiling. Inhaling up, gaze straight ahead, arms back. Exhale, the arms down. So that simple flow is work. A lot of work when you do that. All right, let's try our tree. Then we'll have to move down to the mat to finish up. So step back a little bit with the right foot. Find a spot on the floor. And if you got a chair handy or whatever, you can have that out to the side for a little comfort, I guess. So move the weight into the left foot, coming forward onto the left foot. I like to have my hands on my hips to start with, and then turn the right toes out and the right heels up against the left ankle bone. And then when you're ready, With your focus point and everything good for you, then just bring that right foot up to the calf, or you can take it above the knee, but not on the knee. Hands in prayer at the heart. Knee comes forward and down. Good. And now moving the weight onto the right foot. Settle. Turn those left toes out and then bring that left foot where you want it to be. Hands in prayer at the heart or arms wherever you want them. Knee to the front and down. Good, all right. So let's move down to finish up the practice from our mountain pose, strong in the mountain. Inhale the arms up. Exhaling, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, step the feet back into plank. The knees can come down here. Let the heart soften as you inhale. And as you exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. One more time, inhale into cobra. Pressing those toenails down, lifting the head and upper chest. And now press up into table and bring the feet around to the front. Spend a couple of breaths here in Navasana, boat pose. Bring the feet about halfway in and then find that balance. And you can keep the hands behind the knees if you choose, or you can release. And you can straighten one leg. You can have one foot down on the mat. And then straighten the other leg, bending the other knee. And then you can switch. So whatever variation you want today. Just switching back and forth. Good. Bring both knees in and keeping the balance, draw both knees in toward the chest and see if you can wrap your arms around the front of the knees. Stay in balance. Good. Release, extend, and then gently, slowly lower yourself down to the mat. Ah, yes. Good. All right. Bring both knees in toward the chest and both feet straight up to the ceiling for an inversion. If you have eye pressure issues, then you might not want to do this one. You might want to keep the knees bent. So the feet are strong, pressing straight up to the ceiling. And take the feet back over your face. Press into the mat with the hands down by your side to kind of just gently come up onto the shoulder blades, okay, the upper back. So the feet are directly over your face. You make an L here. I'm supporting my butt with my hands. And now then release. Bend the knees. Feet come down. Bring the left ankle onto the right knee. And with the left hand, just gently ease that left knee, the bent knee, well, the left knee toward the top of the mat, the front of the mat. And now reach the left hand through the triangle into figure four. So the fingers are interlaced either in front of that right knee or behind the right knee. Take everything a little to the left if you want more sensation. Did I say that right? A little to the right.
Right.
Yeah. And coming back to center, bring the right foot down and release the left ankle from the knee. Take a breath. And now bring the right ankle onto the left knee. Flex the right foot. And with the right hand, gently move the right knee toward the front of the mat. And the right hand through the triangle into figure four. Taking the foot and the knee a little to the left. And bring the left foot down, release the ankle from the knee. Bring the soles of the feet together, let the knees go wide. Turn the palms up toward the ceiling. All right, extend that left leg and bring the right knee into the chest. Hug it in, and then take it up and over to the right, toward the right shoulder. And then release, extend the right leg, bring the left knee into the chest, and then draw it over and up toward the left shoulder, flexing that left foot. Good. Bring the right knee in to meet the left, beside the left, and with one hand on each knee, open the knees wide. Good. Now bring the knees up toward the ceiling, gently rock side to side. Circle the knees, figure eights. And now bring the feet down to the mat. Arms wide, and let the knees fall over to the left. Turn your gaze to the right. Just release here as you exhale. And knees to the ceiling. Take the knees right. Turn the gaze to the left. Knees to the ceiling. And one full, long, deep body stretch as you inhale deeply. Really press out through the heels. Really reach back through the fingers. And as you exhale into your Savasana, just let it all go. So we end the way we started, basically by just releasing, relaxing, breathing, noticing. So little movements, fingers and toes, bend the knees, bend the elbows. Stretch if you'd like. And when you're ready, you can roll to one side, coming back up. So thank you for the Friday practice with me, and namaste. The light in me honors the light in you.